It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, a man you can trust, a lady that makes you laugh, and the style maven that can make anyone over join Wendy for Hot Talk. Now, here's Wendy.
To discuss this week's hottest topics in our latest edition of Hot Talk. Joining me today, lifestyle editor from Gilt.com. Say hello to Chassie Post. And from the hit show Drop Dead Diva, which premieres this Sunday night at 9 on Lifetime, Margaret Show. And the host of Primetime Weekend Edition of CNN Newsroom. Give it up for Don Lemon. Okay. Let's get started. There's some serious things going on in Wildwood, New Jersey, and I don't like it one bit. Recently, Wildwood passed a law banning anyone from wearing saggy pants within the entire city limits. First-time offenders. Oh, clap if you want. We say it like we mean it here, but I got to tell you something. The shore was almost blown away with Hurricane Sandy. We don't need to be turning away nobody. Okay, no, look. First-time offenders are subject to a fine ranging from $25 to $100, and after that, the fine goes up to $200 and possibly 40 hours of community service. Some people, including Rapper The Game, who's not from Jersey, but he knows the business, and he was saying this is a racist law. I think it smells initially of racism, but I mean, I just think that this is ridiculous. Don, we're going to start with you.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this, Wendy.
Fine.
Because I think it should be fined more. There should be, the fine should be higher. And I don't think it's racist. If it is, then so be it. I don't want to see, as my mother would say, the crack of you-know-what. And I don't want to see your underwear. It's disgusting. As a matter of fact, not far from where I get my hair cut in Harlem, there is a sign that says, pull your pants up. I put it on Instagram. I've never gotten as many responses. It says, pull your pants up. No one wants to see your underwear.
I understand what you're saying. Chassie, what do you think?
I have to say, as a fashion person, the trend itself, maybe not my favorite trend.
Right.
I mean, first of all, the mechanics of it. I want to know, how do they walk with their pants down there? I mean,
a tight belt around their thighs.
It is impossible, but it's a law. You know, they say it can only be three inches below your hip. I mean, what are they, talk about fashion police. What are they going to do? Get out there with a tape measure? I mean, right, guys?
You don't have to get
Before we go to Margaret Show, here's what the Wildwood mayor says. His name is Ernest Trano Jr. He says, when you have good families who call you up and say, I've been coming here for... I'm gonna do it rickety and old, okay? I don't know that this is an old person. I've been coming here for 20 years and I'm not going to any longer because I'm not gonna subject my children to seeing some kid walk down the boardwalk with their butt hanging out. You have to do something. Okay, well, I, too, have a lovely family, and I can tell you, my son sags. He does not sag low and disrespectful, but, you know, who are you to say what a good family is these days? Margaret, go ahead.
I mean, I think it's racist. I think that they're really going after, you know, a certain profile person, and I love this style because I'm really like, I'm so TLC. Like, I really love to wear like a Left Eye Lopez kind of like thing. You know, I'm like very, very Guess overalls kind of a girl.
But Wendy, you said your son sags, but it's in a respectful way. His pants are not hanging down below his butt. If you're sagging, it means, I think it's your self-esteem is sagging, and who you are as a person, it's sagging. Young people need to be taught respect, and there are rules. No one wants to see... If you walk down the street and you cut a hole in your skirt and your underwear were showing, you would be arrested for indecent exposure. It's the same thing. There's no difference.
Okay, Grandpa, wait. Look, I agree with what Cho said in terms of it's a certain profiling, not necessarily a black thing, but a thing. When you think of sagging pants, you think of a certain element, whether they're Asian, white, or black. You think of a boy that you want to avoid and hold your pocketbook a little tighter. Well, you don't have to do that to my son. He's not going to beat you down. Right. And furthermore, don't you remember what it's like to be young on the Jersey Shore, okay? There are also going to be girls out there with cutoffs and bikini tops. So you'd rather see that? You'd rather have your good American family see that? Jersey Shore, you need to stop being so doggone picky. And Wildwood is at least 2 hours away from, what's the other one? Seaside Heights. So I guess we'll go to Seaside Heights. That's all. Where we can sag. Let's move on. All right, look, there's this new book. It's coming out. It's coming out next week, and it debunks all the rules about dating. The book is written by a relationship expert. Her name is Andrea Sirtash, along with Jeff Wilsire, and the book title is Raising Some Eyebrows. It's called It's Okay to Sleep with Him on the First Date. You're my person, and I'll explain. We'll start with you, Chassie. What do you say?
Well, call me old-fashioned, but,
Fine.
you know, I always kind of feel like, you know, why buy the milk if you can, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Okay.
Sort of that, you know, Sandy, Danny Zuko, Grease kind of thing. It really worked out for Olivia Newton-John, and she made John Travolta wait. So it's...
Cho?
I think you have to have sex with somebody on the first date. I think that if you don't, that's weird and gross, and you shouldn't even go out with them. Like, you should always have sex with them first to see if you like them, and then make a decision based on the sex. That's what I think.
Dawn?
I mean, you know, I know, but I think I know what I'm talking about. I've been married for 12 years, so.
No.
Yeah, it works out for
Don't
some
do
people.
As the only guy on the panel, I would say men are predators. They're
How
like
long
animals.
should we wait, Joan Clayton? 3 months?
Wendy, you're all on me today, right?
Go ahead,
I think you
Dawn.
should wait. I think you should have a date. You should make a man wait, and then when it finally happens, you should still only give a little bit.
Don't do
and
all
then-
your tricks at once.
Exactly. Because we always like the hunt. We always like the chase. So even if you're in a relationship, you still can't give it all in one punch.
But what if I don't want to wait?
Then that's your business.
Okay, here's my opinion on this. And you know, I was raised not by wolves, but by a nice family. I'm a nice woman, but I've got to say there's nothing wrong with having sex on the first date. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, if you're a child and you're watching this right now, and I consider 21 too, I know that you're an adult, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to grown, responsible people. Grown people understand sex is only a smaller component of a bigger situation. If you've brought your A game because you got your career on, or you're in school and you got it going on, if your mind is clear and he likes your conversation, sex is only a part of it. Have the sex on the first date. But I do agree with you, Don. Don't give him all of your tricks on the first date. Just a couple of things. Yeah.
Finally, Wendy agrees with me for something.
Oh, don't go away. We're going to be back with more? Is that what I'm saying? Yes, well, then don't go far. We'll be back with more.